Okay, so we are going to do an Ashtanga style flow, making your way through the beginning of the primary series. So a lot of standing poses, works with forward folds. The Ashtanga yoga system is to move your body and your breath together. There's lots of binding. If that's in your practice, bringing your palms together, or in the posture, connecting with your foot. You can always just connect with other pieces of your body. The idea is to keep that energy in and moving for you. So we'll come up to, if you have a mat, to the top of your mat or your space. You can bring your hands in towards your heart and take a breath in here and out. Inhale to reach up. You might look up, and then exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor or your shins. Take a halfway lift, and then chaturanga or no plank as you exhale. Up dog or cobra, lift your heart, and then downward facing dog, lift your hips. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale, head can be heavy. Gaze might tuck up towards your knees or your navel. And take 1 more breath here, strong arms. Exhale, look forward, walk, step, hop, top of the mat. Take a halfway lift again, and fold. Coming all the way up, and then hands to heart. We'll do another Sane. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, connect your hands to something, and then lower down. Inhale, pull your heart through, legs are strong, and then exhale, hips go high, and hands might just stay where they are. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine, navel comes in towards the back. Exhale. Let's take 1 more breath here. Exhale, look forward, and then come feet to hands. Halfway lift again. Fold. Coming all the way back up, and then reset, hands to heart. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Hands might be together through heart center. Take your halfway lift again, shoulders back, and then plant your hands and lower as you exhale. Inhale, pull through, and then exhale, go back. Take a breath here. Let it out. Full breath in, feel your hands, feel your feet. And then last inhale here. Look forward on empty, come to the top of your space. Halfway lift and fold. Coming all the way back up. And then reset, hands to heart. Chair pose, drop your seat back. Lift the arms up if you can, palms come together. Take a breath in, and then exhale, fold forward to release. Halfway lift again, long spine, and then plant your hands lower down. Inhale up and through the heart. Exhale, back with the hips. Step the right foot forward, warrior 1. Inhale up, just a breath, palms might touch. Exhale down through chaturanga. Inhale up dog or cobra. Exhale down dog. Second side, left foot steps through Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale to lift, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, plant your hands and lower. Pull up and through, and then exhale, go back. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out, heavy your head. And do that 1 more time. Exhale, look forward, feet to hands. Halfway lift, fold. Reach all the way up. Sit back, chair pose. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant your palms and lower. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, hips back. Right leg steps forward, warrior 1. 1 breath all the way to the top. And then exhale all the way to lower down. Inhale, heart high. Exhale, hips back. Second side, left foot comes through. Virabhadrasana 1, lifting up. And then exhale, lowering down. Come up and through with your heart. And then exhale back with the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Last breath here. Prepare. And then bring your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Finishing by reaching all the way up into chair pose. Take an inhale. And then exhale, coming to stand. Mountain pose. Take a breath in. And then out. Step your feet about hip distance apart, or as wide as your yoga mat. You're gonna come into a forward fold. You can bend your knees as much as you like. The bind here takes your peace sign fingers around your big toes. So the toes, the fingers are facing one another. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold forward. So if the feet doesn't work for you, you can always take a hold of your elbows or behind your legs, your shins. Take another breath. Exhale into the pose. Come up to a flat back. And here, Padahastasana, which is the second forward fold where palms come underneath the soles of the feet. So if this works for you, folding forward with a long spine. Again, you could opt into a different variation that creates a little bit of a bind. So keeping your hands touching something on your body. And take a big breath for the length of your spine. And then fold. Coming all the way back up to stand. And then hands to heart. So we're going to be moving into the length of the mat. So stepping back with the right leg. And then we're going to turn right over to the right side into triangle pose. So the legs stay straight. It's about heel to arch alignment. And we want to not be locking at the knee, just sensitive that we're using the muscular structure. Arms come out, reaching over to the right and coming down. So if the bind is there, you take the toe. You can also take your shin. Gaze might go up, so we want a long spine and long breath. Let's take another big inhale here. Exhale. Look down, pull yourself back up, swivel the feet, and we'll do that on the other side. So the left leg and arm lengthen, coming down for your triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana, and trying to spiral the spine up towards the sky. Take one more breath. Soften the neck to come out, pulling up, and then reversing again. So coming into that right side, it's a reverse triangle. So right hand might come to the hip. Left hand can come up or forward. We want to reach as far forward as we can. Invite that long spine. Hand might come to the floor, to the shin, to the foot. And then we twist into the pose. So a revolved triangle. One more breath. Back leg is strong. And then coming back up through center. And then over to the left. So we just keep sort of swiveling on the heels. Right arm lengthens up or forward, and try to get a lot of length in the spine. So the left hip pulls back. The right leg is still really strong, and then you can find this rotation. So whatever is available, you should be able to breathe one more time. And then look down and come on back up. Okay, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Hands can stay on your hips or they might clasp behind you. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, fold forward. So a long spine, lots of breath. One more here. Okay, coming back up. If it works for you, we'll be taking another forward fold to bind the fingers around the toes. You can start hands on hips or out to the side. Sometimes it's nice to run the hands down the legs. So coming into your forward fold and either taking a hold behind the shins or right down to the toes, those big toes, lengthen forward and then grow the spine. It's like you're pulling yourself into the posture. Let's take one more breath. And then come on back up. Halfway lift, hands can come to hips and we'll come all the way up. So we're gonna sit up for pyramid pose, or extended side angle first. So we're gonna turn the right toes out, bend the right leg, arms can come out, maybe lengthen your stance a little bit. Again, reaching forward, and then if it's available, hand comes down to the floor, top arm reaches up. You can also have your elbow on your thigh. That is another type of bind. Take one more breath here. And then you can soften your gaze. Use the strength of your feet and your core to come up. And we'll prepare for the second side, so that left leg, the toes point forward, match that with the knee, and then coming into your variation of extended side angle. Might lengthen that arm overhead. One more breath. And then come on back out. Revolved, so back into our extended side angle. Right leg bends. This time the left elbow might come to the outside. So we're creating a twist, connecting that back foot as we spiral the spine. Use the hands as leverage for the twist. One more. And then coming back through center, swivel the feet. And then find your revolve on the other side. So the left leg bends, right elbow might tuck to the outside as you spiral your spine. Two more breaths. Back leg is strong. And if that heel can't stay down, you just swivel it up in the same direction as the knee. Okay, coming back up through center. Okay, so coming into pyramid pose, turn that right toe out. And you might walk the foot out a little bit so we can have about heel to heel alignment. The left foot also might step out a little bit. We want to square the hips in the same direction as that foot. And in our Parsvottanasana pyramid pose, you might have a bind behind you with your palms together, reverse namaste. You might take opposite elbows or keep your hands on your hips. So there's lots of variations of a bind. You want to grow the spine long, pull the right hip back as you start to lengthen forward. And you can stay halfway. That works for you, or continue folding your spine over your leg. So pushing into that back leg, resisting with the front. One more breath. And then come on back up. Keep the bind that you have, swivel the legs. Check out that there's enough space for your hips to square. So sometimes adjusting the feet, long spine, elbows and shoulders back, belly in, and then coming forward. The action might be that that left hip feels like it's pulling back and the right hip is steering forward to have nice square hips again halfway, or maybe you fold all the way forward. Take one more breath here. And then come on back up. This time we're going to step your right foot up to meet your left, the top of your mat. You can release your hands. Take a breath in and out. So we're going to take your fingers. Your bind will be around either your big toe or your knee. So if it works for you, knee can come up, or you can take the peace fingers around the inside of that big toe, standing up nice and tall, taking a breath, and then opening that leg out to the side as if you could steer with the toes so that back hip tucks under. Another breath, and then back through center and release. Take a breath. Coming up for the second side, again, the left knee or big toe. Extend as much as you can. The leg doesn't have to be straight. We want the spine straight and the standing leg relatively straight. And then when you're ready, opening out to the side, trying to keep the torso forward and the breath moving, and coming back through center, and then release down. Take a breath. So this is a variation, a bound lotus forward fold, or you can take tree pose. So if it works for you, right knee comes up, and we take that foot and tuck it in towards the crease of the left hip. Okay, you can even take that right hand behind you for a bind. If that doesn't work, you come into tree pose, which is right foot on the inside of the left, folding forward. So if you have your toe or you're connecting with your body in some way. Take a big breath in and out. One more. And then coming back up, you can release. Knee comes back up and step down. Second side, left knee comes up. So either your tree pose or tucking that heel, that foot into the hip crease so the knee points down. The bind reaches behind the back for the toe, and then maybe folding forward. You can take your hand to heart center, to your bottom ankle, to the floor, whatever works for you. Take one more breath. And then slowly come on back up. And take a breath in your mountain pose. Inhale the arms up, sitting back, chair pose. 3 breaths. Straighten the arms, lift the trunk. One more in, and then exhale, fold forward. Take a halfway lift. Plant your hands, chaturanga. Inhale up and through, long spine. Exhale, go back. Take a breath in and a breath out. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. This time we're going to stay for 3 breaths. Again, you can bring your palms together if that works for you. Gaze might go up. And then release the hands and lower down. Inhale, heart lifts, pull the armpits back. And then exhale, hips go high. Take a breath in and out. Second side, left foot steps forward, warrior one, coming up. And finding your way into the posture. Again, we'll stay for a few rounds of breath. Let's take one more. And then exhale, lower down. Come up and through, heart high. And then exhale, hips go back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, look forward. And then come to the top of your space. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. Drop your seat. Lift your arms up for 3 breaths. And 2. Bring your seat back. One more. Belly in. And then come to stand. Release your hands. Take a breath in. Soften your shoulders and your jaw. Okay, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. And then chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Take one breath in. Empty. Right leg steps forward, warrior two. So long stance, opening up. Grow your spine long. Think about stacking your spine over your hips. Let's take one more breath. Windmill hands to the floor. Step back and do your little flow. You can always meet in downward facing dog. We'll stay in our down dog for a breath in and a breath out. Left foot steps forward, warrior two. Inhale, exhale. One more breath. And then windmill hands to the floor, flow, or down dog. Full breath in, and then out. Take a big breath, and then empty. Coming through onto your seat, bending your knees, maybe popping through into your bum, and extending your legs forward. So coming into Paschimottanasana, which is a forward fold. So the same thing we're sort of carrying through last few poses from seated position. So we start in Dandasana, which is staff pose, almost extending the legs back and finding the spine. Plant your hands beside you, lift your heart up high, stack your head on top. Pull your toes up towards you so you're flexing your feet, and take a breath in and then a breath out. Coming into a forward fold. If it works for you, extending the arms up, hinging at the hips, connect your hands to something. If it's your feet, you might direct the big toe away and pull the pinkies towards you. You might take the shins or the thighs, something to help you lengthen your spine, but again, finding that bind, that connection to yourself. Push the back of your legs towards the floor. You can always have a micro bend in the knees. We're lengthening the back side of the body. This is a very cooling pose. Let's take one more breath here. And then coming up. So the counter pose to this is reverse plank or table. So the hands come back behind, fingertips face you or out. Reverse plank, we point the toes towards the floor and lift the hips. Reverse table is the same thing with the knees bent and the feet planted. Take another breath, lift the hips as high as you can, and then exhale, bring them back down to the floor. Okay, so we're gonna finish in a 1 minute seated posture. You can bring your hands to your knees or onto your lap, again connecting with yourself. Soften your shoulders and your jaw. If you can soften your face, that's a great idea too. Maybe you close your eyes. Bring your palms together in front of your heart, so feel them press towards one another, and you can bring your thumbs into rest on your sternum, on your heart space. And take a breath here for yourself. And take another breath for everybody in your life, your family, your friends. And our third breath together we can take in and send out into the world for those who we have yet to meet. Bring your thumbs up to the space in between your eyebrows, so your third eye. And ending our practice together with a namaste, which means the light within me honors and recognizes the light within you. Namaste.